All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. We are back filming again in the shop. Hopefully a little bit better background for you guys. It's June. All the bow reviews are out. Everyone's seen the bows. However, as a shop owner, I see a lot of the same questions over and over and over again. And so there's a bow on the market right now that I think is incredibly slept on. And so I want to talk about that today. That is going to be the Expedition Next Light. And whether that's the 31, the 33, or whatever axle, I don't think they make the 35 yet. I still have folks coming to my shop like, wow, I've never even heard of Expedition. They've been around for a while. They make incredibly good bows over the last 2 to 3 years. The quality of their bows has just skyrocketed. I would put these guys in the top 3 bow manufacturers in the industry right now. One of the really fun things that they do that nobody else does, and I apologize for the wind, it's blowing my door open back here. But one of the things they do that nobody else does is they make their bows out of Magnite. And now that I say that, I think Bowtech might also have put one out. I haven't looked into it. I don't care Bowtech, so I couldn't tell you. I probably should know that. However, Expedition came out with Magnite specifically. What is Magnite? So Magnite is a magnesium alloy. It's got ceramic nanoparticles with some other rare earth materials or elements. It's all proprietary, so we don't know. They won't tell us exactly, of course. But the problem with magnesium historically, obviously, was that it was heavy. You had to overbuild it to make them strong, and it's very porous. And so the bows in and of themselves were not strong. With this new alloy, it's actually 5 times stronger by weight than 6061 aluminum. So it is stronger than the current aluminum bows on the market. Not only that, but it is 6% lighter than carbon, which doesn't sound like a lot, but right now carbon bows are kind of taking the market, and to make a bow that is not only stronger than aluminum but lighter than carbon is pretty incredible. And in my opinion, I think a lot of the archery industry is going to start going to this Magnite technology. I think we're going to see a lot more magnesium alloys, specifically in sights. I think sights are one of those last remaining components in the archery world where they're still fairly heavy. Spot Hog, one of the more popular sights on the market, but they're a little bit heavy, and so I think we're going to start seeing that getting introduced more and more and more. The other reason I really think this bow is super cool, other than the fact that a new alloy is awesome, it actually has 3 times more vibration dampening than aluminum, just based on how they're able to do those nanoparticles. It absorbs that vibration incredibly well. They also have just an incredible finish on these things. I mean, this is one of the best fit and finishes on the market. It comes with some really nice high-end ABB strings. The grips on these things are incredible. This is just all around a very good looking bow. You can really customize these things. You can get a ton of different colors for your ancillaries. We can do all sorts of stuff for this. They'll let us get you different string colors, and they're super easy to work with. This is one of my favorite companies to work with, because if I do have any issues, and not that I have, but if I do, I can pick up the phone and I get an answer right away. And so it's been good for us. Their quivers, incredibly light. I really like their quivers that they have integrated into these. It's one of the lightest quivers on the market right now. The downside to Magnite, if there's a downside, it starts to lose its structural integrity at about 700 degrees. So you cannot grill a steak on this. So if you're going to use it, over a fire to hold your pan or whatever, it's not going to work. Like those old tree stands guys used to use back in the day, their hang-ons, they used to use them to cook over at night, which I think is fun. We're going to shoot this bow. We're going to show you what it's capable of. I'm going to show you the speeds. Again, this is just one of those bows that we think is being slept on this year, and so we kind of just wanted to go back over it with you guys and talk to you about it. I really do think a lot of people would benefit from having this bow in the field, especially if you're elk hunting. You're hiking, 8 to 15 miles a day. Cutting weight off is very important. Let me grab a scale and show you guys just what this thing weighs as a bare bow right now. Okay, I think this bow is supposed to be 3.75 pounds from the factory. They probably weigh it without some of their vibration dampener stuff on there, if I had to imagine. But let's see what it weighs. Let's see, can you guys see that? We're bouncing around between 4 and 4.1. So yeah, I would guess that they measure that at the factory without some of their vibration dampener equipment on there, which is pretty standard. Usually it's the barest of bare bows that they're weighing them across the board in the industry. So similar to some of the old IBO speeds, there might not be quite true, but in the hand, this bow is lighter than our carbon bows in the shop. It's obviously lighter than our aluminum bows in the shop. And it's absolutely dead. So we're gonna hit pause on this. We're gonna go out to the range. We're gonna weigh an arrow, probably gonna shoot around a 440 grain arrow, 29.5 inches. That's my draw length. So we'll see what kind of speeds we're getting at it. I've never actually chronoed this bow. So I'll be interested to see what kind of speeds it's getting with you guys. All right, folks, we threw a whisker biscuit on here, which I know is not the greatest rest to test a bow with. So we can probably add a solid 2 to 4 feet per second on the end of this. We're gonna shoot 2 arrows. We weighed them. We'll throw that up on the screen. 441 grains at 29.5 inches. So I'll let you guys listen. I'll just shoot this through and see what you guys think about the volume of the bow, and then we'll show you the speeds. Okay. You got me here. We got a pretty good average here. Got about a 288 feet per second average, 287.9. So 440 grain hunting arrow, which is pretty good hunting weight. That's pretty standard for most of our hunters. Obviously we get some that are a little heavier, but that should give you a good indicator of what kind of speeds this bow is getting. Again, in our opinion, it's one of the most slept on bows on the market. Incredibly quiet, it's fun to shoot, it's smooth. A little bit sore shoulders from packing out a bear this weekend, so that first draw. It's been a minute since I shot a bow. So when you work on everyone else's bows, you don't get to shoot yours as much as you want to. Appreciate you guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what your feedback is, appreciate you.